Hello everyone, this is Korath Landwalker, and tonight we have another exciting episode in Star Trek Online. Welcome to my stream. If you haven't been here before, I do a couple streams a week, and Wednesday night is dedicated to Star Trek. And I've been following the adventures of my current character, Lieutenant General Zidane of the Klingon Empire. Hey, Cap, how are you doing this evening? Hope things are going good on your end of the monitor. Zidane is going to be dealing with the kind of thing that Klingons like to deal with today. War. Hey, they're a warrior culture. Obviously, he's going to take to a fish in water when it comes to tonight's episodes. So let's get into it. After all, it could be a good day to die. Yes, it could. Although, Zidane likes to modify that slightly, thinking that today is a good day for his opposition to die. Yes, I realize that's not really in the spirit of the Klingon saying, but hey, if you're dead, you can't make war anymore, right? You can't conquer anything if you... Well, okay, maybe you can if you believe in the Black Fleet, but... and Stovo Corps and the like. So, when we last left off the character here, he was on the world of Kobali Prime, helping the alien Kobali fight off the menace of the... let's call them dangerous Vodwar, leave it at that. They're currently laying siege to the city, but we recently found out that the Vodwar had a good reason. Well, maybe a good reason. Simply put, the Kobali were using the dead... well, not dead, but... well, yeah, I guess they were dead bodies of Vodwar in stasis tubes as their reproductive method. Yeah, that's a long story. We're not going to go into that right now. Suffice it to say, the Kobali used dead bodies to reproduce and use them as new life. And there are an awful lot of Vodwar stasis cubes on this planet. The Vodwar are not happy. And while they might have a point, the Vodwar, they aren't really nice people to start with anyway. So, nevertheless, it's time to continue the war. But first, let's take care of some administrivia. We have some R&D assignments to take care of. Got my level 9 in engineering. I've got one more level in the engineering tree here before I have to worry about trying to make up some upgrade kits. A stream that doesn't start exactly at the top of an hour? What kind of dishonorable batak would do something like this? What are you talking about? I started a few minutes ago. I started at exact, well, okay, somewhere between 8 o'clock and 8:01. Sometimes the exact seconds shift a little bit. Come now. My computer would not lie to me when it comes to the time. Well, hopefully it doesn't. If it does, then I have a bigger problem. Hope life's treating you well today, Bull Moose. We're going to grab a couple of the technology advancements again. We want to get to that level 10 because that will allow me to make up the upgrade kit for, well, I guess it'll either be advanced or improved tech upgrade. I'm not entirely sure. What I do know is that I want it. Because that way I can start upgrading my efficient impulse drive and see what it's like at top efficiency. Right now it's only at Mark 7. I want to get that puppy up to Mark 12 at least. Higher if possible. But to do that, I need to use the right kind of upgrade kit. And most of my upgrades are not it. This one will do it. These will do it. But that's all. But once I get a hold of the level 10, I should have some decent stuff. Kalis himself said, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to die without honor. That does sound like something Kalis would say. Kalis was a smart cookie for a Klingon warrior. Which is, of course, why Klingon culture is pretty much built on everything he's done. Now, we also began tinkering with the Admiralty system, which has a number of potential rewards, not the least of which will be XP. So we're going to grab the Ferengi Alliance stuff.
Congratulations, General.
Oh, and conveniently it got me to another level. And we're being held by Chancellor Gimpak. Oh, that's awfully nice of him.
Congratulations! You have proven yourself to be a strong warrior and invaluable to the Klingon Empire. You still have challenges ahead of you, but I am confident that you will be able to do anything you set out to do. Good luck!
Ah, thank you, thank you. You notice that he doesn't give me any ship stuff anymore. That's because I'm too high of a level and rank for him to really bother with that anymore. I don't take it personally. And we'll collect the rewards. I succeeded on both of these missions. And I've got the Federation campaign Tier 1 complete. But I want to get to Tier 3 in at least one of them, and possibly more, to open up a few more of these slots to do with the Admiralty stuff. And again, I like the Federation because at the end of their work, you can get 2 specialization points, which admittedly I'm about 4 levels short of actually being able to make use of. I think I'm safe there. And I like the Ferengi Alliance because it gives me dilithium. And since right now I consider dilithium to be more potentially valuable to me, it's also convenient that dilithium is a big reward in, you know, actually doing the missions. So I'm going to send a few ships here. I'm going to try to grab a science ship that'll actually ignore the science penalty. Like this one. That lops off a good chunk of the hits that I take for the required numbers. And we'll try to even things out with the other ships. Bird of Prey. And I need at least a 30-pointer for... Oh yeah, I needed 30 points on this one. Ouch. Maybe I should have done it a little bit differently. Oh, how about this? We'll go with one of my Fortescue cruisers. Come to think of it, didn't I have... Yeah, I have a tour of duty assignment for the Federation, so I'm going to take the next 2 in here. Wasn't really what I'd planned to do, but I'm adaptable. So, 60s. We'll grab... Temporal Battle Cruiser. And I have all these ships available thanks to my extremely lengthy career of playing this game. And 11 more science. That should be easy enough. Since I've been playing this game since, you know, open beta, it's not hard for me to have a lot of ships available to me. I mean, they've accumulated over years between C-store purchases and giveaways and all sorts of stuff. It adds up. So if you're just starting the game and this is your first character doing this kind of thing, you probably won't have quite as many ships to start the Admiralty system on. All I can say is, you'll get there. Of course, you might get there by spending huge amounts of money on the C-store, but, you know, Cryptic's got to make its money somehow, and heaven knows the C-store is, in my opinion, a far more legitimate and honorable, there's that word again, honorable way of doing it, as opposed to the way they're really making their money, which are on the ever-hated lockboxes. I don't think I have any lockboxes in my inventory. Good, because I use... Oh, I have these, but I don't even know why I keep the Infinity lockboxes, because they're the ones that have the rarest prizes, but they have the most of the good stuff in it, so that's why I generally hold on to them. Just in case I go insane someday and buy a bunch of master keys. It hasn't happened yet. I recognize that "yet" is a very vague term. Luckily, I have other games I spend more money on. We won't go into that. Speaking of my character, reputation. I'm continuing my insane drive towards the competitive war games reputation, which will give me absolutely no benefit except for the fact that I'm along the lines of, why not? And, well, we did just get that level from Jimpock, didn't we? Hey, Polly88, thank you for the follow. I hope you're enjoying the stream. Glad to have folks stop by and say hello. I do have a point of specialization to work with. Oh, I have 4 points. I have seriously been slacking off. Lurking for the numbers. Hello, Legend. Appreciate you taking time out of the escaping from the Tarkoving to say hello. I'm going to grab a point in the Miracle Worker simply because, well, the short answer is I want it. But the long answer is I want to ensure that I get the benefit for having the secondary activated, which is, let's see, what does it say here? There's supposed to be a benefit for just having the, oh, maybe if I go back here. Oh, that's right. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Here, Miracle Worker. When the specialization is active, your whole regen and health regen is increased. The bonus increases by a small amount for each point spent in specialization. You have to have at least 1 point spent in the specialization to get the bonus. That's why I spent it there. And then we're going to go back to Intelligence Officer, which is the heavy lifting area. We're going to finish up my automated reinforcement, which was my plan. And we're going to stick with the starship traits, or skills, and go with the hide weakness, which will hopefully help me stay intact after my shield goes down. Ideas Fever, hello, how are you doing today? Glad you could stop by my stream. Glad to have you here. Hope things are going well on your end. So we'll grab the hide weaknesses to finish up this branch of this tier. That'll open up the next tier specialization abilities. So I'll have the tier 2 stuff the next time I get a point. I think you forgot who I am. That is a distinct possibility, Ideas. I'm old. I forget things. I'm lucky I remember my own name. If I didn't have it plastered all over this stream, I'd probably have trouble remembering who I am. Either that or I may know you under a different name, which is also possible. Okay, that's all the administrivia. Oh yeah, one more thing. I got a new officer available. What do I need? That's a good question. Well, clearly I need a Nausicaan because I've got engineering, science, and tactical. I'm on Legend Eternal's Discord server. Ah, so you are one of us. For those of you who are not familiar with us, I am a part of a Star Citizen organization run by the aforementioned Legend Eternal. So let's see. Let me just put in the info for that. It tends to be pretty specific towards Star Citizen, but the Discord is available to anybody who's, well, interested in either Star Citizen or, you know, any other game. Just tell them I sent you. Okay, what do I need for bridge officers? Honestly, I have plenty of bridge officers. I keep getting them in my inventory and I never use any of them. Well, you know what? Nausicaans are violent fellows. I'm going to go with a Nausicaan Tactical Officer. We're not going to have them join right now. We're just going to put them on the bridge officer queue, and sooner or later, Zone. Ah! Well, that threw me off. Someone changed their name when I wasn't looking. Either that or he snuck in the chat and I wasn't looking. Well, you know, that's always one of the little dangers of going through all this stuff sometimes. Everybody has different names. Alright. Well, that was a lengthier time. More like Twitch is being... yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. So we're going to go to the... Actually, we're not going to go to episodes. What we're going to do is follow this data recovery, which requires me to talk to General Cannell, the leader of the Kobali forces here.
We can't stop until the Vadwar leave our world.
So we're going to do some data recovery for him.
Before we begin, I must apologize on behalf of the Kobali people. We meant no harm in using the Vadwar. When we found the stasis pods,
Twitch can ban
many
someone
of them were
for
damaged
almost
beyond
nothing.
saving.
Ew,
We
that's-
honored their fallen by using their forms to preserve our species. The Vadwar, however, do not... Our ways are difficult to understand. For some, they may be reprehensible. No matter what the Vadwar think, we cannot end this practice without dooming our species to extinction. And that we will not do. Jetanian has sent word that he needs aid. Are you willing to help him?
Well, we've helped him once already. We might as well help him again. And look, we have a research bonus here for the next reward here. And this is actually an accelerator, which is not the upgrade itself, but it helps your odds with the upgrades. That will be useful, especially when it says 2 times the quality improvement chance. I'm liking that.
We can't stop until the Vadwar.
So it's back out to Hanshin Titanian, right outside the city. We're just, even though we could, you know, just casually walk over there. Actually, we are going to walk over there because he doesn't have the transporter next to him. Oh, I was getting ready to be really lazy, and then I realized I couldn't be. Well played, Cryptic. Well played. But it's not exactly a long walk either. I mean, it's just right over the bridge, right over the corner here. Honestly, it's a wonder that General Cannell doesn't just walk over and say hi.
We're hanging in there, but we could use your help.
Yeah, and here's where I was talking to you again about the whole using dead bodies to reproduce. Old guy here is the son of young guy, because old guy had died old. He was used for the Kobali reproduction, and so we now have an old Kobali who is younger than the young Kobali. Aliens!
Yes, thank you for coming. One of our bases has been overrun. That facility contained research vital to our cause. Could you go to the base, recover the data, and bring it to one of our forward command posts? One of our scientists will be there waiting for you.
Alright, we'll see what we can do. Now, I have swapped out my weapons for... I was using a pistol, now I'm using a Kobali rifle, which has some very handy exploit damage. I'm a fan. Let's open up the map. Looks like it's east of here. So we're going to go out the other way. Accompanying me is my current tactical officer, Valera, and my current medic, Sarek, who replaces old Thras because, you know, he had a little bit of an accident. I can't prove that it was Klingon promotion, but I'm not going to say it wasn't either. So I want to slap on my Overwatch, which theoretically is going to give me some damage resistance. I've never been 100% on that, really, to be honest. And let's see, I have a grenade here, so... Man, I'm not used to them standing still, because usually my bridge officers are rushing as the grenade is in the air, and I get hosed on that kind of throw. But for once, works in my favor. So we're going to go south here, and oh, we got more guys here. Oh, not good, not good. Okay, I'm going to use one of my handy little devices I picked up thanks to the whole, yeah, that helped a lot, didn't it? Okay, clearly that didn't work as planned. Get up, you two. Let's see if we do better on our second try. Okay, we're going to go after these guys. And I'm going to keep my back over here. We've got a crate here. Let's see what's in the crate. Some of the data they wanted, and it has biology of the Vodwar. Well, that's not necessarily what I would call the best reading material, but you know, the job is the job. Oh, it's always nice when the grenade actually lands on the targets in group numbers like I plan. I mean, that almost never works. More data. I haven't forgotten about you two. You two shot me earlier. It's payback time. And this one is a mission. Info on how they use the turrets and radio towers. If I get more data from other consoles, it would be good. So I'll pick that up. And conveniently, we're going to recover some data from this console. So all I gotta do is just keep my eye out for consoles like that, and everything will be nice and peachy. In fact, it looks like there's one right over here. Oh, I seem to have angered some Vodwar. Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Ah, I left some dilithium all the way over there. Well, it's just gonna have to sit there. Sorry, just not happening. Let's chuck another grenade down there. So far, so good. Get more data. One more tower, and that'll be that. And is this a tower? Yeah, there's a tower over here. Grenade, grenade. Ah, still clicking down. I guess we'll just have to use the hard way. Effective mass fatality. That's a somewhat disturbing accolade. Oh, I've been hit by Polaron damage a zillion times. That's why. Alright, let's download the data here. And that completes the mini mission. And over here, it looks like we have another data crate. Unfortunately, there's also a bunch of Vodwar down there. That's Kobali studies done on Vodwar corpses. That is a little disturbing. Alright, one more data. Preferably one that isn't surrounded by a heap of Vodwar. The bad news is they're probably all surrounded by a heap. Oh, I just ran on top of one. Duh. Kobali discovered that Vodwar were spying on several of their scientists. Ah, the tricorder. Useful technology. Kobali are attempting to hide biological research from the Vodwar. And I still don't have... Oh, we're being shot at. Okay, I guess they want some too. Ooh, it's always nice when I get a vaporization in play. Okay, now, where was my next one? It's going to be this way. Yeah, right in the teeth of more bad guys. That figures. Oh wait, those aren't bad guys. Those are Kobali. They're on our side. Oh, these guys, on the other hand, not so much. Now that time I remember to get the dilithium container. Sir, I recommended accessing a Vodwar console to erase the Kobali data. Which means we go back the way we came. Although not very far, it looks like. This looks like it'll do just fine. The Hanshin in the next forward camp will be waiting for us, sir. So what we want to do is we want to go down this passage over to this area. The good news is, despite the fact that they're shooting in our direction and ignoring the fact that we're in front of them, they're on our side. Clearly the Kobali are not warriors. One day we will have to do something about that. And here we are, the next forward operational base. And wouldn't you know it? Oh, I guess I can't use it yet. But yes, that is another transporter pad, and we might be able to use it once we talk to Hanshin Sadalor.
Thank goodness you're here. You've recovered the data from our lost base? Excellent. I knew you could get the job done. Now, we need your expertise on several issues we're encountering.
So, let's get that accelerator.
Congratulations, General.
You know, we're doing awfully well with XP here today. Is there an XP event going on that I'm not aware of? Didn't think so, but... Oh, by the way, here's some data from the nearby Vodwar towers.
Excellent. This will go a long way toward our efforts to build better defenses against the Vodwar. Do not hesitate to bring us more information from the towers, should you come across it.
And that concludes Act 1 of the Kobali Crisis. And we get a piddling amount of rewards for it because, hey, the bulk of it was in doing the actual missions. So, Act 2. An act in 3 parts. 3 scenes, if you were.
The scientists in our camp could use your help. We are examining the bodies of fallen Vodwar and are encountering a type of chemical we have never seen before. We're hoping you may have the resources to identify what the chemical is.
Well, you know, maybe. I mean, I am a starship captain. Well, I'm a general, but, you know, starship captain, Klingon general, it blurs. And in doing so, I will receive the experience points, expertise, and a career-specific Mark 13 kit reward, which will hopefully be decent. Hopefully. Now that we're here, you know, I'd swear that this should have been a usable transporter. Maybe I gotta talk to these guys first. Scan for chemicals. Or maybe there's a mission that'll open that up. Scans pick up a foreign chemical in the Vodwar bloodstream and DNA. Doesn't appear to enhance anything in their physiology, but there are traces of Kobali signatures in the chemical patterns. We've received the data, Captain. These are interesting. The presence of Kobali-like signature gives me an idea. I'm going to run a quick simulation that replicates the genetic virus that the Kobali used to turn corpses into living Kobali. Aha! That's what I thought. And you thought? The Vodwar have injected themselves with a chemical to prevent the Kobali from turning them into, well, Kobali. It's highly experimental and somewhat volatile, but it works. If the Vodwar perfected it, Vodwar perfected it, managed to... I feel like whoever wrote this sentence didn't write it very well. If the Vodwar perfected it, managed to inject it into... Or maybe it... But actually what they need is a comma. That's what it is. If the Vodwar perfected it, managed to inject it into all the stasis pods beneath the temple, they could stop the Kobali from taking their people. I've ranted about the proofreading powers of the developers before. At this point, it's a familiar rant. Let me let the Hansen here know about this. I suspect that he's going to react poorly. Yeah, you want to know about those chemicals, right?
Excellent work. We've already lost several scouts assigned to search the Vodwar bases for this information. Oh no! This could be devastating. The Vodwar intend to destroy our ability to reproduce. We need more information about this chemical.
Now, if I were a Starfleet captain, I would probably care about transporting the Vodwar killed in battle into Kobali. But from a Klingon point of view, that's brilliant tactics. You kill off the enemy, you make them on your side. Why do I feel like I just offended the Borg? Maybe I should just back off a little bit and just ask what it's planning.
We have already lost several scouts trying to get this information. Now we need to focus our efforts on obtaining samples of this chemical. We have no scouts to spare, so you will have to take up the charge to recover chemical samples, either from dead Vodwar or canisters left in the field.
You're sure they're dead?
We have reports that they may still be alive. However, we have to act fast on this new lead. If we do not strike now and gather more samples, the Vodwar could potentially stockpile more of these chemicals. It is a regrettable decision, but we must consider the future of our people. Our scouts knew the dangers of their mission.
You're absolutely right. We'll grab the chemical samples. Hey, do I look like Starfleet? Starfleet inclined to people would be, you know, trying to rescue the downed scouts and all that, but as far as the Klingons are concerned, the data that they collected is a lot more disarm landmines in the area without detonating them. It's a timed mission that pops up here. There is absolutely no way I'm going to be able to knock down as many as I'd like. And what you got to do is you got to go into area here first, just scramble the proximity sensor, and it shrinks everything down. You keep doing that until you can get close enough to actually turn the thing off. Just like that. Now, if you complete the mission within 5 minutes here, which doesn't look like it's going to happen since they're talking 45 seconds, it'll escalate and another part will begin. The good news is it's a zone-wide event, so anybody who's here would be able to participate in this, but, well, I'm not entirely sure how many people are masochistic enough to actually go out and do this mission. So instead, we're just going to kill off some Vodwar and see if we can get some data. Unfortunately, these guys didn't seem to have any of the useful data, so we'll have to move on forward. Now that said, even though that mission is done, maybe it has to be ones that I haven't killed. Chemical sample obtained, and even though the mission failed, I still got a little bit out of it. So I just have to look for dead Vodwar who are listed in blue. As opposed to the dead Vodwar who I've shot up. Which is a pity because it would be so much easier to get the info off of the Vodwar that I've killed off. Ah well. It's a Klingon's life. Yeah, I was hoping to get some nice flanking damage on them when I hit them like that. Oops. Didn't realize we had a guy hiding over there. And another. Yeah, coming at me singly, not a good idea. Your best hope is to come at me in packs. Another dead body. Could this be? Yes. Oh wait, no, that's a Kobali. That's a scout. Oops. Oh well, sorry guys, rough break. Oh, we have a dead Vodwar. I'll get 2 more before we can wrap this little episode, well, this part of the mission up. Is that another one? No, it's Kobali. Come on, give me dead Vodwar. I mean, already dead Vodwar. I mean, yes, I can make more dead Vodwar on my own, but there we go. 1 to go after this guy. Oh, wait. I must have already gotten him. Will tricorders help me out? Well, it was worth a hope. Is that one I can use? Yes. 1 to go. Could he be available? No. Ooh. Are there any hiding up here? No. If I were a dead Vodwar, where would I fall? That one doesn't count. That was the one. I'm pretty sure that was the one I just searched. He has to be the one I just searched because I clicked on him. Who would have thought that finding dead Vodwar bodies would be so difficult? Here we go. We have several samples that can be used for further study, Captain. While searching the bodies, I noticed some of them had pads with the coordinates of an abandoned Vodwar base nearby. We may be able to get more information about the chemicals there. Okay, well, it's all the way here in the very corner of the map. Let's go be Klingons and cause some trouble. And there it is. Ooh, isn't that a nice ocean? And, oddly enough, this area seems completely undefended. Now what's going to happen now is we're about to have an event start. You'll see here it says, complete open mission left behind. We're about to kick it off. It's an ambush! Luckily, as far as event missions go, it's not exactly rocket science. Wave 1 is down. And here comes Wave 2.
I'm here with reinforcements. We have to form a plan of attack.
Oh great, Starfleet's poking their nose in. Alright, Captain Duralia. Right, gotta be polite. We're not at war with them anymore. Be polite.
I'll try to override the console. We need to get these shield generators working.
Well, they're not exactly complicated to deal with, otherwise I'd have to have an engineer do it. One's activated. We'll get number 2 nailed down. Here we go. Number 3. Number 4 is all the way over there. Okay, all the way over there is a little bit of a misnomer. It's not quite as far as all that. Unfortunately, number 5 is likely to be... Oh, actually, it's not far at all either. Shields are up, but we have more enemies inbound. I'm not horribly impressed with these shields. When our enemies are being able to go right inside... Oops, throwing a grenade at me.
Console is
Get out of the
all
way.
yours. Get all the data you can.
And because we did the mission, get some dilithium, Delta Alliance marks. We got 60 of them. Expertise, experience points. Worked out nicely. So let's get some data off of this broken down wreck of a console.
Have you found anything?
Yes, I found that this thing is horribly maintained. I feel like there should be a dialogue thing coming
If
under
that's
there,
true,
talking
then
about what I'm supposed to tell her, but it didn't
the
happen.
Vaadwaur intend to infect everyone on the planet, living and dead, with this virus. If they succeed, it could mean the extinction of the Kobali people.
I think we got the gist,
I'll
however.
stay here to gather more data. Recommend you inform the Kobali immediately.
No problem. If there's one thing I get a kick out of it is dropping in bad news. Luckily, they managed to just zap me all the way back here, so I don't have to fight my way back out to get here. So, yay! Thank you for coming, General. We're doing our best to hold out in this area. Yeah, I have some bad news. The Vaadwaur, they want to spread this anti-Kobali serum to pretty much everybody. You know, so instead of protecting just themselves, they want to make sure that you can't reproduce at all.
We can't let this happen. The Vaadwaur clearly want more than this planet. They want to drive us to extinction. Please, take this news to General Kinnell. We've repaired the transporter at this base.
Ah, there we are.
You should be able to come and go as you please.
I'll head that way right now. So now we can use this transporter, and you can see we can go either to the outskirts, or we can go back into the city. And since the general's at the city, it's not a hard choice to make. So let's go say hi to the general, shall we?
The Vaadwaur plan to make all organisms immune to rebirth? They have gone far beyond what I thought they were capable of. This is no mere war. This is an attempt at genocide. I will inform the members of the Alliance at once. We may need to move battle operations forward to combat this new threat. We will need your help again soon enough.
If you can say one thing about the Vaadwaur, if you want to come up with a single trait to apply to them, I think the phrase disproportionate retribution is probably suitable. Between what happened with the Talaxians and what's happening here, yeah. So, let's see what kit reward we got off of this.
Congratulations, General. Has new information regarding the Vaadwaur's chemical attack plans. Can you meet with Hanshin Sadalor about this new intel? I imagine, given our track record, that this will not be as easy a task as it sounds.
No kidding. Another major technology boost. That'll be, again, handy. Now, the kit module I got is kind of an interesting one. It's a motion accelerator. This basically makes me go faster. I run faster. I hit harder. I don't get nailed with certain movement debuffs. And you know what? I'm thinking maybe I'm going to make use of this. I haven't really been making use of the ambush kit. Sad but true. So we're going to replace that one with this motion accelerator. And we'll see if I use this one anymore. As far as the kit frame, well, I lose my shield hardness, but I gain maximum hit points. We'll go with that. And we'll feed this one to the replicator. Also, I've got a Mark 12 shield here, and you know, maybe it's time for me to actually stop using my Mark 7 shield. Everybody else in my group is using better shields than I am. Okay, Chagrin doesn't, and neither does Kagan, but to be fair, they usually don't join me on boarding parties. Volkrov's still using 7. Do I have another high-level shield? I do not. So we'll just give her a better shield, if nothing else. We'll work out other details later. You know what? I wonder if I can... No, it looks like I can't. I guess I can't upgrade the Borg prosthetic. While we're here, I did get that level, so that means I can grab another specialization point. There's got to be something going on. I got 2 levels off this. 2 points. So obviously, number 1 is going to go to adaptive targeting. And what that does is basically, if I miss the target, my aim gets better. Which, you know, means I have a better chance of hitting. And then I've got 3 possibilities here. I can go with redundant sensors, which can potentially automatically clear off my confuse or placate debuffs on me. I like it. Perception bending. My stealth and perception values are increased by my current auxiliary power level. That one's kind of iffy, mainly because I don't have a whole lot of power put in my auxiliary. And finally, I can go with another step on the accuracy targeting. But you know what? I'm liking the redundant sensors. I've been hit with so many confuses and stuff like that. Because, you know, that's just the way I roll. Put big enough guns on a freelancer and it comes a capital ship ripper. Yeah, that's a little detail from Star Citizen. Ironically enough, in Star Trek Online, cannons are also a pretty useful weapon to use. Although on a battle cruiser, it's kind of less so, because turn rate is everything for using cannons in this game. Gotta have the turn rates. The evil auto mod. Yeah, that when they had the whole, when they have all those hate Twitch raider things going on, I was more or less forced to get, I always say, moderately brutal with a moderator. I'll have to go back in and somewhere along the line and fiddle with it a bit more. Okay, and while we're here, I think some Admiralty missions are wrapped up on me. Okay, 1 Admiralty mission. We've already got that one out of the way, so we'll go back to the Ferengi Alliance at the moment. We'll do the nice and easy one. It's a Helsing abridged joke. Yeah, I'm not really all that familiar with Helsing, so I'm afraid it probably would have gone right over my head. Let's see, I just need 5 and 5, so... And we'll let that roll for now. Alright, now that I've taken care of my level appropriate stuff, because women love cannons. Chicks dig giant cannons. Okay, Hillside Base is the place we just left from, so... And let's talk to the Hanshin and let them know the latest. Yeah, news from the front, Commander? Anything useful? Specifically when they blow up an Idris.
Yes, I do. The Vadwar have data on their project somewhere in the hills. Our scouts attempted to recover more information, but they never made it back to base. The data should still be on them if you can find their bodies. It is a grim task, but could you recover the data and then search for information on the chemicals?
So it looks like I'm going to be looking for those dead scouts anyway. I'll do what I can. Heaven knows we saw enough of them when we were out here earlier. Although it looks like they're going to be a little further up because this was the area we were seeing them before. But I'm pretty sure they're not going to count now. Let's work with the motion accelerator. Ooh, I'm already going, woo! I'm the Flash! I'm the fastest Klingon alive. Might as well finish cleaning. Alright, continuing on our way. I'm getting stuck on a tree. That's embarrassing. Ooh, hi there. Dead scout. Find some partial data on the Vodwar bases in the hills. Well, that's useful intel. And is this another one? No, it's a dead Vodwar. Ten to 1 says if I'd rescued the scouts, this mission would be search the dead Vodwar. I can't prove that, but, you know, feels likely. Three dead Kobali. Is that a Kobali scout? That is a Kobali scout. Let's see what he's got on him. Okay, here's something of a joke. I feel like I should be grabbing hold of something solid. Partial data on anti-Kobali chemicals. And a third scout. The location of a Vodwar base in the hills containing data on the chemicals. Gosh, I wonder where I'll be going next. You're at the Federation Klingon border, patrolling, and you see Prometheus class showing up violating the treaty, and then you hear a lot of bottles of blood wine dropping on your bridge along with a Federation captain. Okay. Clearly the captain was being hit by the bottles of blood wine. Alright, we have some more bad guys. Let's throw a grenade at them and say hi. That did not work the way I was hoping. Well, maybe this will work out if I can. Okay, pause a moment. Let my medic get my health back up a little bit. And the captain has eyes glowing as if he was taken by the power of Grethor, and he has a bat'leth in his hand. Ah! It's Fakiri! And this is a base. Oops. But sadly, it is not uninhabited. Oh, I knew they were going to be there. It's always nice to get the grenade hitting there at the right moment. Oh no, you go down too. Okay, data from the consoles. There's one console. Hopefully there's more. Okay, well the grenade hasn't recharged yet, so let's motion accelerate ourselves towards bat'leth damage. Ah! One of your officers makes a joke saying, I think this guy is taking way too much blood wine. Oh, you know, he could be right. Yes, I have not forgotten that I still get advancement towards a trait by killing off people with a bat'leth. Captain, I've analyzed the data and determined that it details part of the composition of the anti-Kobali chemical virus. The Vodwar split the data into 3 parts and hid each one in a separate base. If we can recover all 3 of them, we would have enough details on the chemical strain to create a counteragent. Well, you know what that means. More raiding! Those are worrisome. Folks may recall that these are their transporter drop pods. One of the more clever methods of the Vadwar, really. You drop down empty pods with transporter pads and then just beam down your reinforcements. That's really a pretty good plan. Oops. I didn't think I still had my bat'leth out. Okay, now we can get back to business. Come on, guys. There we go. Follow your general. Don't start freelancing with your... Oops, there's the bad guys. Don't start freelancing and killing off Vadwar that aren't our immediate problems. Throw a grenade, and I don't know if I got all of them. I know I've got a couple of them on that grenade, but I don't know if I got all of them. Didn't hit my hypodermic nearly fast enough. Oh, nice work, Balera. Kirk kick for the win. After that, the Federation captain is burping and slurring around, trying to challenge you. After a few seconds, he gets teleported back to the Prometheus class. You wonder, what the heck was that? I would have to agree. I would indeed wonder, what the heck was that? Activate that. Come on, a little more. Get the grenade rolling. There we go. See, that's what I usually have to worry about. My people opening fire before the grenade's even halfway there. By the time it lands, all the bad guys have left. Yeah, let's see. Balera, I think you were the one who made that shot. So I am forcing you to have, as part of your devices, Feline Supplement 74. That's right. You get to eat some cat food. I'm a Klingon warrior, and I believe in cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, one of you better get me up soon. Okay, that clearly did not go the way it was supposed to. Really, am I the only one doing any work around here? Ugh, and it knocked us all the way back here. Grrr. Well, the good news is, it looks like the path is mostly clear. I may come to regret saying that later. You know what? Let's see if we can bypass the... Yeah, this is perfect. You get a call in asking for help in subduing the captain of the ship. Also, you can hear screams of the crew trying to stun the drunken captain. He's on a rampage. As far as the Klingons are concerned, I would think that would be damned good television. What? I wonder what the Klingon equivalent of popcorn is. I'm firing on a tech shielded guy. Kill off Tech Commando first. Then we can kill this guy. Oh, these guys. Apparently we've got a couple. Either that or they jumped up from behind us, which is perfectly possible. Oh, for heaven's sake, how many of these guys are there? Anybody else want some? Criminy. Yeah, the Delta Story missions can be painful. Although I kind of prefer the ground missions to the space missions, because at least the ground missions don't have those insane torpedo spreads. If I had the kind of torpedo spreads that those guys have, I'd be a happy man. Well, happier. Let's bring some additional firepower. Take advantage of cover here to get the shields back. Oh, there are way too many there than I thought. And looks like my medic is down, which is, you know, just the kind of thing you want to have happen in the middle of a firefight. I'd recommend to get some extra healing devices. What I would recommend is being able to get my fingers to hit the healing devices before I fall down. Oops, I missed a dilithium thingy. Just need data from the last base to complete our research. Well, first I'm going to grab this box of dilithium over here and, oh, more guests. Kill them off now before the base people spawn back in. There we go, just in time. Get around in this little nook here and take a brief breather. Make sure everyone's still intact. Good. Check my cooldowns. Pretty much where I want them to be. Man, there's an awful lot of guys up here. We'll have to see if we can draw them over here. You two, stay put here. I'm sorry, I meant to say both of you stay put here. I'm going to see if I can pull one of these guys. Eek, eek, I'm scared to death. Come get me. Ah, like tech people. Oops, it looks like this friend star is coming along too. Okay, let's see if I can lure a few more out here. The good news is, with my crew back there, they're not there to interrupt my grenade. That's right, guys. Come and get me. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Well, except for vaporization, perhaps. The nanite. Recommended to train the bridge crew for optimal abilities, since some abilities are better than others. Nanite health monitor is a must. Highest tier is better, since it heals when your health gets low, and it has charges for that. I will have to check to see if I can, how high I can get off of what's on the bridge officer training manuals, or perhaps off the exchange. That's right, you two. Come this way, so I can fry you. It also helps, you know, to do these things with proper tactics, too. I have been known to go in willy-nilly, which has, shall we say, a number of disadvantages, like being swarmed. And not to take away from the Vodwar, they do pretty decent tactics. They try to get into flanking position so they can get that bonus flanking damage on you. Oh, looks like things have just gone to hell. Ah! Where's the tech guy? There he is. No, it's the other guy. Right, do some healing, guys. More backup. Ah! I better call for help now because I just know in my heart of hearts it's not going to happen. Also, 2 types of bridge officer ability sets. One for gunning and one for melee. Very true. Well, the good news is it didn't put me all the way back, which would have sucked. Melee buff uses motion accelerator and damage to increase damage. Ah! Bloody respawns. In fact, why don't we just do a little bit of that now? I'm not done with you. Payback time. Oh, box with dilithium. I can't ignore that. Other handles backline shooting with extra damage into Overwatch. Oh, trapped. We're about to be attacked by a swarm of Vodwar. Well, that's annoying. I just cleaned this place out. And we've got 4 groups. So, you know, good times. It wouldn't bug me so much if it weren't for the fact that as these guys are attacking, we're likely also having to deal with the people respawning in. Of course, I could be completely wrong and that doesn't actually happen, but when has things ever worked out that well? Ooh, double kicks. No, Lieutenant. Ah, he's got the shielding on, which means that Tech Commando is doing his thing. No, you going down. It suddenly occurs to me that I'm awful alone out here. And success. Should be able to access the final chemical strain now, sir. Yes, but you can say that when you're standing on your feet again. Engineering buff is mostly support and setting up the back line. Ah! Fine, you guys deal with that. I'm getting this bloody mission out of the way. Grrr! Rage! They all respawn just as I'm getting ready to do the grinding teeth together. They all gonna die now. Finally got the place cleaned out, and everybody freaking respawns in just after. This is very disappointing. Got it. We're out of here. Oh well, so much for them. Grumble, 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 grumble. So we gotta find the hidden Kobali base. Okay. Look for hidden Kobali base. Holograms. Ugh. Starfleet. Well, you know, if you gotta deal with Grethor to get the job done sometimes, but ugh. Hanson Grazer.
Excellent. We've been wondering when we would hear from anyone else. And having some place the Vaadwaur haven't found yet has been extremely valuable. Unfortunately, there is still more work to be done. We have key components of the strain, but we still need one last thing before we can create an antivirus.
Are you serious? My people put their butts in slings to get these pieces to you, and it's still not enough?
Your
I am not
on
happy.
The Vaadwaur's anti-Kobali research has been
Now you can see
but in order
that they've
for it to work,
had a little bit of
we
issue with
need
the
a
voice
sample
acting
of the
here.
original strain of the virus. We know that the base near us has the original strain of the virus stored, but we don't have the strength to assault it. Would you lead the charge to get the original strain?
I mean, this is Cannell's voice, as opposed to the voice he used previously, which was Grazer's voice. So, you know, it's a whole thing. Photon grenade is awesome with spam. Let's have some photon grenades and let your tactical go burr. Well, you know, as I've pointed out a couple times, the trick there is making sure that your bridge officers don't open fire the moment your grenade is thrown, because if it's any real distance away, by the time the grenade gets there, all your targets will have crossed halfway to engaging you in melee. Okay, we got a number of possible rewards on this one, in addition to our expertise and experience points. We can get a duty officer, the Kobali Warfare Specialist, or we can get a various grouping of shield equipment, or ground equipment. Luckily, I don't have to make that decision quite yet. Of course, I have other problems, like the fact that my bridge officers are currently still in a state. And sadly, this transporter pad is not yet operational. So, thanks, Hanson. And I can't get these guys transported back to me, which is going to make this interesting. Alright. A Klingon alone. This ought to be epically short. But on the bright side, when I respawn, my bridge officers will be back with me. In the meantime, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are quite a few people there, aren't there? Back up a little bit. Shield recharges. So far, so good. The initial guards, inadequate. Unfortunately, there are still a few more lurking down here. Ah, he's got a tech guy on him. You! Well, that support drone just screwed up the tactics just a tad, didn't it? Ah! How about that? For once, my duty officer works out and gives me an EMH to help me out. Of course, I can't help but notice that my EMH is, you know, not actually healing me. You suck, EMH. Gunner attack uses nades and battle strategies, Overwatch and ambush. Usually use motion accelerator, ambush, Overwatch, and rally cry. Rally cry is a pretty handy ability. I've often used that on other characters. Ah, stupid tech commandos. Almost had that guy down. Of course, admittedly, they were still going to get me. But at least now I can respawn in and get my bridge officers back. And Stompek Thunder, if I have it, that one doesn't ring any bells whatsoever. Must be a lobby or lockbox thing. Okay, my people are here, and oh gee, it looks like there's a lot more people in there now than there were earlier. Or maybe I came in the other way. It all blurs together after a while. Sumpek's Lightning. Unless that's a reward from one of the missions I've missed too. That's also possible. There are a lot of kit modules in this game. Hello, Vodwar Scout. Goodbye, Vodwar Scout. Okay, looks like it's nice and clean here now, doesn't it? That probably means something horrible is about to happen. Let's make some... It's an event kit module. Well, that could explain a lot. Clear base of Vodwar. I'm going to assume it's not talking about those 4 who are sitting there, who are undoubtedly going to get involved in the mix momentarily. Well, maybe not. They're still sitting there, and they're still not doing anything, so maybe they are part of the targets. $500 Vodwar down. I'd call that a win. More Vodwar, and they're a little further out than I'd expected. There we go. Armor and weapon damage on your kit is a must.
The base is clear. We can start the data download now.
Now see, we have the general's icon there, but that sure sounded like Harry Kim to me. That's one of the things that happens when they change things around and don't think of the downstream effects. Download is starting. Override their transporters so we can send in their soldiers. Oh, well that'll be nice. We'll be able to get our reinforcements instead of having the Vodwar coming in to send theirs. I like that strategy. Although if they're only sending... Okay, there we go. We got more people coming now. Unfortunately, they're all going to the opposite side of where the Vodwar are actually going. Oh no. Tech Commandos do not get to send their immunity beams on them. And I see my medic is down, so we better get him back up. Ground traits, anything that improves melee, keeps you alive, and keeps you on your feet. Kobali reinforcements have really been helpful here. Vodwar releasing a chemical, but not the one we're after. Oh, I can't pass up the dilithium. The chemical is killing the Kobali. Well, that's inconvenient. More Vodwar incoming. You have to hold them up until we get the data. Yeah, clearly we were having too good a time against these guys, so they had to get rid of all of our reinforcements. That said, if they send them one at a time, I'm perfectly happy to fight that way. Spoiler alert, they're not going to come one at a time. Oh, here we come. Ah, stupid Vodwar tech people. while we're on the subject. We have the data, and the chemicals are dissipating into the air.
Congratulations, General.
Ah, the taste of levels. And Warrior's Blood if you're a Klingon recruit. Well, that one I definitely have on, and I've got a long way to go before I get the advanced level. Let's see. Yeah, I need another 1420 to go. That's always a little inconvenient. And we seem to have had a glitch on my Twitch interface here. There we go. Rally cry is a must. Oh, there's only so many kits and stuff you can carry at a time. Okay, I've got the data. Now it's time to go back to base and send the data to my ship. And hopefully we won't have more of that pesky Vodwar in the way. There's that nice holographic wall. And there's the console. I think we can flap that on the back again. We've received the data on the chemicals, sir. Examining them now. According to our readings, the chemical you encountered is designed to reverse the Kobali's rebirth process. The virus acts within seconds, and once the Kobali is infected, there's no recovery. Interestingly enough, in some ways, this virus resembles the treatments the doctor used to temporarily restore a Voyager crew member who was revived by the Kobali genetic virus. So why would they make both? According to this data, the Kobali killer chemical was meant to wipe out all Kobali on the planet. The anti-Kobali chemical would ensure that any Kobali they missed would not be able to continue their species. The Vodwar want to kill off the Kobali as fast and efficiently as possible. No loose ends. Okay, now can we make an immunization for both? Yes, but it would take some time. We will coordinate with Captain Drawley and Captain Kim's crew to do what we can. According to the data you recovered, the Vodwar have a large amount of the chemical stored in their main base and are planning on unleashing it on the Kobali. Your orders? Get working on the counter-agent. I'll talk with the Kobali and start working up a plan. So, now this transporter should work. Kobali City, please. You don't have motion accelerator? Lunge is an alternative. So as you can see, if you want to be good at this, don't do what I'm doing. Listen to the ideas from Ideas Fever.
The Vodwar have a chemical that can instantly kill us?
Yes.
I don't even know how to respond anymore. I can only hope you all can come up with an immunization to it soon. I will rally our soldiers. We will need to make an all-out attack on their main base and stop the Vodwar before they can complete their horrible work. Speak with me again soon. Hopefully, we will be ready to begin the assault then.
Okay, so duty officer or equipment? Duty officer or equipment? What am I using right now as far as personal? Okay, my personal armor is fine. So we're going to go with the duty officer there.
Until the Vodwar leave our world.
And that completes Act 2. Before we get too far, Let me hop onto my duty officer roster. Okay, Kobali Specialist. I figure, hey, if I'm going to be fighting the Vodwar for now, why not? The melee kit sword does that bad, but lunge makes you jump at your target, closing the gap. Yeah, that I used when I was going for the all melee all the time when I was dealing with trying to unlock my full Batlith Stovacor. Lunge was used an awful lot. Sweeping Strikes is just a melee range AoE that knocks everyone close to you. Stack hard on security team doffs. Yeah, you know what? I'm not... Well, actually, I do have one, don't I? He must have been fairly recent, because for a while there I didn't have very many of those. Do I have a blue quality one? No, but I do have green qualities. Good enough for me. But since we're here on the whole ground thing anyway... Can I get another one? I don't think I can, but... We'll see. We'll see how just how insane we can go with this. And now, Act 3. 3-part episode. Let's see if we can burn all through all 3.
Our time to strike is now, before the Vadwar can deploy their main chemical payload. We would like you to be a part of the assault squad. Your first step will be to take and secure the Vadwar forward base in the mountains. Capture the base, and then meet with our squad in one of our hidden outposts in the mountains. They'll brief you on the next step. Move fast. We do not know when the Vadwar will begin releasing their chemical payload.
Alright, and we will get a superior universal research tech upgrade. Again, a highly useful one. So it's back to the transporter. And if I recall correctly, these 3 missions are all going to involve these open missions. So we're going to be having quite a scrum, as they say. Now you'll often see, well, at least at some point, you would often see other players certainly getting involved in this section, because by doing these missions, you could get as a reward the elite marks for the Delta reputation. And that certainly helps when you have a bunch of players getting involved at once. And what we're going to do here is we're going to stay here until this bar fills up. In the meantime, our goal is pretty straightforward. Anybody who comes near us gets fried. Now I'm theorizing that they're all going to be coming from in front of us as opposed to behind us, but I could be wrong. Because, you know, that kind of thing happens. Good news, though, is that the force seems to be commensurate with the number of people who are actually holding the point. If we had multiple players here, I'm pretty sure I'd be seeing more than 2 at a time. Because that would just be overkill. That said, overkill does happen. But given how many of them gang up on my people, I have no sympathy for the occasions where I outnumber them. We are a little around 50% complete. You can see on the right hand side our little progress bar happening, just as we have it right here. Oh, those two did not last long at all, did they? More nade spam. Chronotone Jolt is a must. We are probably 80% complete. Tick-tock on a clock. Ooh, dilithium box. Grab dilithium. Get that later for free. Yeah, I do recall that being a reward on some mission somewhere along the line. Probably involved with the temporal arcs. I can't recall specifically because, well, there's a lot of missions in this game. I lose track. Alright, the Vodwar entrance is secure, and you can see we've got our Kobali friends here taking up point here. And now we need to deal with encroaching Vodwar up here. And you can see we've got some folks coming in that are AI assisted. Okay, might as well get my reinforcements here while I can. $35% down, more to go. $60%. That's a whole lot of vaporizations happening there. 85%. Okay, now we need to disable their communication towers. Basically, we're going to follow these guys. Hi, Vodwar Scout. Bye, Vodwar Scout. Okay, that was probably not the way to go. Okay, overload tower number 1. Going for tower number 2. Ah! Just before I got it nailed down. You die now. Plasma feedback cascade, good for tactical if you're the tanky enough type. Also a free one. Later. Okay, we still have a couple boys over here, so let's introduce them to the party. Let's break tower number 3. Later on, Pavan healing crystals. It synergizes with the EMH Mark 1. I don't know. I wasn't horribly impressed with the performance of EMH Mark 1 there, but I was a little hacked off at him. And that takes care of the last of the towers. So now we have to recover the final choke point, wherever that may be. Look for the weird glowy symbols. Oh, there it is, down there. Also down there, conveniently, is... my people are getting into fights, aren't they? Oh no, they actually followed me. I'm surprised. So again, taking control here, and the opponents will be coming from that way. And since there's so many targets in the way there, it's going to be kind of like a skeet shoot. In fact, some of them may not even make it all the way close here. Breaks my heart, really. Oh, it counts as a hypo and triggers the EMH. Okay, I gotcha. I was misinterpreting the statement there. Now, if I were an engineering character, what I would have done is I would run all the way down to where those soldiers just spawned in, and I would slap down a bunch of phaser or disruptor turrets and just let them go to town. Instead, I will just have to content myself with blowing these people away as they pop in. 30% maybe? And now the Kobali are getting into the Act 2, apparently, because I see them frying the Vodwar even before they start moving in our direction. I approve of those tactics. Halfway there. And I can see there's activity happening over here at the tower area, so apparently we're getting Vodwar spawns over there too. Hopefully the Kobali can handle it. You know, those Vodwar are just not having a good day. Beam in, zap from the front and behind, down in under a second or two. Clearly, the tide is turning. Of course, this is really only part one. And done. And here we go. And for this, you kind of get a choice of two possible things to do. You can grab the Delta Alliance Mark package, which will give you an ancient power cell, which is the advanced currency for the reputation. Or, for reasons that will become apparent later, you can go for the Iconian package. But since, you know, we're going to do Delta, we're going to do Delta. And now we need to go to the forward point. And look, it's one of those catchy little symbols over there. There must be a holographic wall somewhere near here. Whoop, and there we go. Highly recommend that when the story takes you off Kobali Prime, that's when you need to organize your kits. We'll see, we'll see. Excellent work, General. Victory is close now. All we need to do is destroy the stored chemicals and take their final command post. We're about to win a major battle in this war, General. Are you ready?
Congratulations, General.
I'll be ready momentarily once I take care of this little detail. The Chancellor is hailing us.
Congratulations. You have proven yourself to be a strong warrior and invaluable to the Klingon Empire. You still have challenges ahead of you, but I am confident that you will be able to do anything you set out to do. Good luck.
Prepare for the hell that is the final boss of the Delta Quadrant. You are absolutely right. He is going to... Those battles will be extremely rough. Trust, I am certainly aware of that. I am now considered a Dahar Master. The top rank of the Klingon Empire. Well, aside from, you know, being the Chancellor or something like that. But that would be too political. So, back to the specialization points. I got 2. We'll finish up the redundancies. And grab the adaptive targeting next. Nice, simple, sweet. I also got a new trait. And I'm not going to go into heavy heavy evaluation here right now, but I'm thinking rifle damage is going to be the way to go for that one. For space, you know what? Subsystem power might actually be beneficial here, because the next thing on my list for the Intel specialization is going to be going off of auxiliary, and I could use something that will help my auxiliary power. While I'm here, I've been accumulating these delta marks. While we go for the first tier of the delta quadrant. With our last breath, we're near the end. Let's finish this off. This is it, the Hardmaster. The final push. See, he already recognizes me as being the Hardmaster. Don't like the rifle and pistol training. I thought you were a big fan of the damage stuff. The base is heavily fortified. It'll be up to you and whatever forces you can muster to go after the Vaadwaur. Our forces will stay behind and hold off any Vaadwaur attacks from their bases behind us. So, we're looking for the last stand, and it will be a career-specific kit reward. Extra damage is only for those category of guns. Well, you know, right now, I am using that specific category of gun, so it works for me. Besides, when you decide to become a pistol person, well, swapping out the traits, not horribly difficult. What is going to be a little tricky are all the scouts we have here, so we might as well start... oh, are they under attack already? Well, far be it from me to not add on to the abuse. If someone's attacking them, whether they're AI opponents or actual players, oh, it's that anchor drone. Go away, anchor drone. Oh, not good. Yeah, I had a sniper shot from behind me. Looks like we had bad guys coming in from behind there. Apparently, whatever was fighting those guys the other side failed to hold aggro. Let's bring some more people down here. Oh, we've got a couple guys over here. Let's see about getting this command station turned off. It's always good to work with backup when you can. Aggressive works with everything since gun training and aggressive are the same bonus damage. Okay, let's see. We've got people advancing over here. Oh, those are bad guys advancing. I don't want the bad guys advancing. Oh, plenty of reinforcements coming. Oh, I was standing right by one. Wouldn't you know it? Ah! Spawning in on both sides there. Stack that melee damage at 20%. Stack physical strength at 15% damage bonus. While I'm here, Admiralty finishes. Oh, I got to the end of that line pretty quickly, didn't I? I'll just grab a couple hefty ships here. Close enough, I like my odds. Alright, we have one more console at an undisclosed location. I want to say it's one of the guys in here, but I'm not 100% sure. Ah, I see it. That's the good news. The bad news is... Okay. Kill the tech officer. And get this last console out of the way. Take out the transporters. Ooh, dilithium cube. Transporters are over here, so... Hopefully my people are disengaging long enough that they can support me as opposed to, you know, getting themselves killed. Up. Oh, there they are. I was afraid of that. Reinforcements are coming even before I shut them down. Oh, they're done by pairs. How embarrassing. I don't know. Kagan annoys me. Alright, next up, spatial charges. Now, these have to get put into place in the big stack over there. This is gonna be entertaining. In the ugly way. Well, maybe not. If I can get them two at a time. Oh, nope. Get these two out of the way, and then I can start turning these things in up. There we go. Ah! Being zapped from behind. God, I hate these spawns. I'm getting very annoyed with these guys. They're respawning way too quick. And my medic's down. Get him back up. Sooner would be better. This way, people. Why do I bother? You know, there was a time a Klingon could rely on his people to actually... You two realize I'm going to fire you in the near future, right? Still have 4 more explosive charges. In the meantime, these guys spawn in like there's no tomorrow. This is gonna suck. already running into problems. Push forward, push forward. Hopefully by being further up, maybe, just maybe, we won't have to worry about so many respawns. Yeah, and maybe I could be a Chinese jet pilot. Alright, just trigger the charges and we're done. Well, how about we get rid of that first? Then we're going to kind of pull ourselves back out of the way a little bit. And you would think that, hey, mission accomplished.
Until our people are returned
And
the
now-
Kobali pay for their actions.
Now we run into a real inconvenience. Overseer Mengen. And this is gonna be rough. I've chosen my buff carefully. Bogar should be your space Engli buff with her traits. Yeah, see the fellow over there who looks like an ATAT walker? Okay, he doesn't look like an ATAT walker, but you know, he's going to be a little bit of a problem. Well, the good news is shields went down pretty quick. Maybe this won't be as nightmarish as I thought. Haha. Yeah, every time I say something like that, I'm just
Until I
asking
see
for
every
trouble.
Kobali dead in the streets.
Up, he's got some immunity rolling. What has he got? Support drone. Multiple support drones. Man, that's going to be annoying. Still, man, how many of those things are there? Well, obviously the answer is more than enough. And I get out of that area of effect thing. Oh, there we go. That's just a separate thing. Okay, now we should start being able to hit him again. I lunged forward and hit him, then he knocks me right back. Up, more of those drones. Let's try to focus fire on these things. Oh, is that a lithium box? Yes, I'm in the middle of a fight, getting ready to get killed. Naturally, the first thing I think of is go after the dilithium box. Shoot them, kill them all till they're dead. It's on my list. When you need the kit modules and buff abilities set up, give me a PM. Let's see. Oh, there's another one. Go away, you stupid support drones. Okay, now we can start beating on him again.
I will not forsake my people to the fate of
Oh
these
god, is he doing it again?
creatures.
He's doing it again. God, hate this guy's support drones. Oh great, now Bolera's down. That's not good. And I can't afford to stay here. Move! Focus fire on the drones. Focus fire on the drones. When drones blow up, then we can worry about hitting big ugly guy. There's at least 2 more of those support drones operating. Come on, we can get it. We can get him. He's vulnerable again. This is it. Put him down before he pops out another set of those stupid drones.
Awesome. My people. I am sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. Sorry they were to deal with you for so long. Ugh. Take the reward and signal victory to the Kobali troops. The immunization is complete. The Kobali will no longer be harmed by Vodwar chemical attacks.
But the Vodwar will return at any moment. I suggest we pull back to the city.
Agreed. We need to deal with the Kobali using the Vodwar for rebirth.
Captain Kim, that is not our concern. The Prime Directive is clear on this.
The Vodwar were trying to exterminate it. But the Kobali are trying to eliminate the Vodwar by absorbing their culture. I understand the Prime Directive, but we're already here. We're already involved. And the results of the Kobali's actions are no different than the Vodwar's.
You have a point, Captain Kim, but I believe this would be better discussed in a more secure location.
Agreed. We'll give you an escort to the city.
I appreciate that. Of course, I do feel compelled to mention that I don't actually care about the Prime Directive. That's a Starfleet thing. I'm not Starfleet, so my feelings towards the Prime Directive are less, shall we say, not up to your standards. General?
We can't thank you enough for all your help. The war will continue, but now we have the upper hand. We're trained, and we're prepared to finish the fight. We have only one more topic to discuss. What should we do with the stasis pods we currently hold?
What indeed?
We thank you for all your help. I believe it is time we discuss what to do
Suppressing
with the
fire.
remaining Vodwar stasis pods. Our lead scientist wishes to speak with you within the temple about the problem. I believe Captain Kim wishes to be present as well. I suggest talking to him first.
And we will get XP, expertise, more marks, the ancient power cell, a title, Secret Keeper, and a Kobali shield, personal shield. All of which will be highly useful. So let's have a chat with Captain Kim and say, hey, want to go to a temple again? It worked out so well last time.
The Kobali have invited us to their temple to discuss the status of the Vodwar stasis pods. Are you ready to go?
Oh, yes. And, no. Valera and Sarek was with me through the whole thing. They get to be with me at the end. Ah, gratitude. Thank you, Dahar Master. Yay. Gratitude. I like that. We're safe because of you. Meanwhile, we got one guy here who just ignored me. He's doing his work. I approve. Thank you for all you've done. Yay. Safe because the gratitude to a Klingon warrior. Hope we can work together again. It's nice to be walking down here where I'm not being shot at. Remember me? I ran by you in the mountain assault. Were you one of the people who was actually shooting? We may have to talk later. And here we are, the big stasis pod room. There are sure a lot of them, aren't there? Mehetya.
Thank you for meeting us here. We have spoken with delegates from the Alliance and have come to an agreement about the Vadwar. We will cease reviving Vadwar from stasis pods that are failing and ensure the upkeep on said pods.
Works for me. I mean, hey. You guys, you do you.
Yes, I have come to see that now. We will release the remaining Vadwar from their pods once their current forces have shown us that we can come to a peaceful solution.
That could be a
In
while.
the meantime, we shall continue to use this area as a holding area for non-Vadwar who will become Kobali.
So you're still using this as a storage facility for bodies.
Yes, I know it may seem grim to you, but for us, it is sacred. This shall be a place where those who have lost their lives await to have a new life given to them.
Just out of
In
curiosity,
time, we will fill this hall again with those who can earn another chance at life.
how are you going to be getting the new bodies?
We are sending scouting ships to several planets that the Vadwar have attacked. With the permission of their people, we will take the victims of the Vadwar and give them a second chance at life. Our hope is for this to lead to new alliances with the other species of the Delta Quadrant.
That would probably be a smarter move. I approve. We're going to take our leave now.
Are you ready to leave? I think we've done everything we can here.
Yes, let's go. There's nothing here that we should need to worry about anymore.
Thank you again for everything you've done here. I'm relieved that we've cleared this up and can move forward with the Kobali. Let's head back to the city.
Yes, it's nice to be able to leave without any loose ends left behind us.
Don't worry, Harry. I'll take good care of you.
Maybe one loose end. More on that in the future. So let's say farewell to General Cannell and finally leave Kobali Prime. Doesn't really have anything to say, just going to give me my rewards.
We can't stop until the Vadwar leave.
Act 3 is complete.
We can't stop until the Vad...
And all those missions are basically repeatable missions, so if you have a desperate need to get more Delta marks or the high-end components from those reputation, that's how you want to do it. I'm going to replace my shield with the new shield. Let's see. Sarek, you need a better shield too, because, man, having you go down so often, that was not good. Give you the better armor too. Valera, you get better armor too as well. Might as well give the upgrades here. We have a pretty good one here actually. Is anyone else not using Mark 11 or better? Siege. Yeah. Siege. Or is it Valkyrie? No, we'll go with Siege. And at some point when we'll give you a better weapon too. At some point, I will have to do a little bit of examination as to... Well, I can sell off my junk if nothing else at some point. And I gotta figure out if I'm gonna I gotta replace Valkyrie as a weapon. I like using that Borg prosthetic, but I'm not entirely sure I can upgrade it. Oh, I can upgrade it. Awesome. Do I have an upgrade item for it? Ground gear. Well, we'll try. It should give me something. I don't want to use any of the. On the other hand, it doesn't actually get me anywhere. It doesn't really advance very far. So we're not going to worry about that right now. We will have to give some bit more consideration on that in the future. I might just have to give her a different weapon instead. But in the meantime, it is time to put Kobali Prime in the rearview mirror. We've spent a lot of time on this planet, but it's time to return to the greater problems waiting out there in the Delta Quadrant. And as we put Kobali Prime in the rearview mirror, we will also be putting tonight's stream in the rearview mirror. That's going to be wrapping it up again for tonight. I will continue Jadan's adventure in the Delta Quadrant next Wednesday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern to approximately 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern. If you enjoyed this stream, and I hope some folks did at least, I will be once again streaming. Thank you, Cap. Glad you were here. If you enjoyed the stream and you're interested in seeing another game, I do streams of Star Citizen on Saturday afternoons at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern to 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I can guarantee you that this Saturday's stream will be unlike any I have done in the past. How's that for a teaser? Thank you all for watching, whether you are watching this live on Twitch or video on demand, either on YouTube or here on Twitch, at least for a couple weeks until it rotates out. Glad you all stopped by. Glad to chat. Glad for the new followers. And I hope to see you again next time. Until then, this is Korath Landwalker, signing off.